Hi guys, welcome back to part two. In part two, we talk about basically Minecraft and my other favorite video games and the future of my channel. So welcome to part two. Thank you so much for checking out part two. So part two is way more interesting. Part two is way more interesting. And what I mean by that is that part two is more about Minecraft and my other favorite video games, and basically just getting to know me a lot better as well and getting to pick on my brain on Minecraft. And basically we talk a lot about the next Minecraft update, the future of Minecraft, the future of basically everything. And we also just talk about my future of the channel, but my so at the very end we talk about what I have planned for the future of the channel, and basically really just about the future of the channel, just about the future of this channel you're watching this video on, and all of that. So we talk about a lot of cool things. So welcome to part two. I hope you guys enjoy part two. So yeah, see you guys in my next video. This is the edited portion again. I just wanted to do it just to tell you guys what this video is about and why it's like this. So, and this is me, this video means the world. This video honestly does mean the world to me, because well, this is a podcast and this is my first ever time on his podcast. So yeah, hopefully I'm on again, and hopefully I can be on his podcast again. So yeah, but that is it, and I'll see you guys in my next video. So see you guys and enjoy the episode. Peace.
Hello, my friends, and welcome back to a brand new week of Realm News. I am your host, the Dark Lord, the one who puts the real in Realm and expands your mind one block at a time. If you've all been tuning in lately, then you have heard last week's episode with our special guest, Neon Gaming Adventure, or he just aptly goes by Neon Gaming. Well, we have him back on the show because I have many more questions to ask him. And so I decided to break this in half, like I mentioned in last week's episode. And so, with that said, Neon Gaming, welcome back. It's a pleasure to have you.
Thank you. Thank you for having me back. Thank you for having me back for episode part two. It means the world to me to be on this podcast, and I'm glad to be back for part two.
That makes me so happy to hear, bud. And today, we're going to start off this episode with just some Minecraft talk. I want to pick your brain about some stuff, and before we jump back into your YouTube channel. Um, I want to start off with what's your, I guess, I kind of want to just figure you out, your gaming style. What is it that you like to do in Minecraft? Do you like to build? You mentioned in last week's episode you like to explore in survival mode.
Yeah, I like to explore in survival mode. I love exploring all these brand new terrain that's been added in Minecraft recently, like within the last decade. We've been getting ever since 2019 or 2000, yeah, I think it was 2020 with Caves and Cliffs, and or even the Nether update 1.16 was when basically the world started to change in Minecraft, and I just loved exploring these new generation, and especially the new caves are just so beautiful and just so cool to explore that I just love exploring these new caves and mountains, and especially with the Spring to Life game drop and all these game drops coming out recently. I love exploring all these new changes and additions, and I just love testing out these features in survival, that I just love exploring for that reason, because I just love the generation in general, because with the newer Minecraft is a lot better in my opinion, and the new generation, just beautiful, just especially with vibrant visuals on Bedrock, makes it even more beautiful. So yeah.
I agree. I love all that as what you said as well, but I will have to say my favorite part of Minecraft is just how the world just generates.
Yeah,
I
I
think
love
that's
it
what makes
too.
this game
Yeah.
so unique. That's what made it so unique to begin with, I think. And
Yeah, yeah,
that's a
it is.
sandbox.
Yeah.
But
I just love
no, I
the
love your answer.
I just love it. I just love the freedom it has, and the freedom it has, and basically I just love the freedom, and just how the only limitation is our imagination in our brains. So that's why I like about
You,
Minecraft even more.
you nailed it. Perfect, my friend. I like the way you said it, and you're right. The freedom, I never really thought about that way. You do. You just have freedom. You can just go forever.
Yeah, you
almost.
can. Yeah, almost. Yeah, of course the game has limits, but basically you can go on within a reason. You can go on forever with what you can create and build and all of that. Especially with Redstone and all of that in Skulk. There's just a lot more you can create with the newer style of Minecraft now with all the new blocks and all of that.
Oh man, I love all the new blocks, all the new copper blocks, all this like even the Pale Oak Wood set that we got last year. We're getting so much. I really I'm enjoying what we're receiving. Do you like the new drop system or do you like the old update
I like
format?
I have to say I have to love I have to really love this new drop system because they did say that they are still going to release big huge updates. They're just not going to be as frequent as they once were. I believe every 2 or 3 years we're going to get
Mm,
a huge massive update like we used to get. But in between that, we're going to be getting game drops. This is our first full year of game drops, and like Massive Mayhem is going to end our year off, and that's going to mark a full year of the game drop system. And I love it because it holds us off until the developers on the other side are ready to ship the huge update. And because I completely understand why Mojang had to do it. It's because the community wanted more features more faster, and they
hmm.
wanted the update to be out faster and all that. They don't want to wait as long because some parts of the community, I guess, is impatient. But really, I get why they're impatient, but that's why I love the drop system because it holds us off until the other development team that works on the big, huge update is ready to release it. And I believe next year, 2026 or 2027, I feel like we're going to start getting a huge update again, and that's gonna be our year for one huge update, and then after that we'll have to wait probably another 2 or so years.
I like that response and yeah, I like that response. I think I'm on board with what you said. I myself have been enjoying the drop format because just like as you explained, it feels like we're just getting things more frequent. I know a lot of people have complained that maybe like they view it as small, it's too small. But
Yeah,
you're saying that we have the potential that there's going to be the developers are going to be releasing bigger like drops like less frequent like every 2 years. What do you think is going to be the next big drop, I guess?
the next big update, I think it might be the end update. I don't know because they've been updating the end like crazy, and why else would they give the end a end flash? And why would they be changing dimensions on Bedrock or Java? And like, why would they be making all these changes if they weren't going to update the end next? Or like, that's my only thing. I think that's what I think is going to be next. Is going to be finally what the community has been wanting for ages, is the end update. I think that's going to be our next update because they've been updating the end like crazy. The slash spawn point, the world spawn point command got changed and it got messed up during the Copper
Mm,
Age, and they had to fix the end dimension
really?
because you can set the world spawn in the end dimension now, or in any dimension you can set the world spawn there now,
Oh, neat.
and that broke how mobs spawned, I guess, in certain dimensions, so they had to fix that. But basically, they made some they also the end flash on Java and Bedrock now. Don't know why they added that unless they were going to add stuff to the end in the future. So, and they're also working on a new Minecraft spin-off game. So maybe we'll get a new dimension too.
You're
So
referring to Spicewood, right?
yeah, I am. Yeah, how they're like this new warden creature coming out of the portal that's lit, and why would they add that in to this new game if they are not adding it to the base game? We also have coding now for custom biomes and custom dimensions to make it more easier to add in. So I think because of that, we might actually get a end update or just a new dimension update in general. I don't know for sure though, but from what we've been getting at from the change logs and recent updates.
That's really fascinating to know. You know more about those details than I do. I've reported on the general information on that, but no, that's very fascinating that you mentioned all that.
Yeah.
Do you believe if there is an end date that they would have to also tie in a combat update? I've heard, I believe Michael. I don't quote me, but I believe Michael TVH argues that point to deal with like because I believe the reasoning behind that is if there's an end update, that is the time that they need to redo combat with the end dragon.
Yeah, I think the Ender Dragon could use a complete overhaul because it's too easy, in my opinion, to beat,
That's what they say.
and that's supposed to be the end game of Minecraft, and that's how you beat it. And I think it's supposed to be more. In my opinion, it should be more challenging to get to Elytra because the way because I think Elytra is too easy, and that's ruining the other ways of transportation, and ruining that for people. So I think basically, in my opinion, a combat update could happen. Maybe if we're lucky, maybe this game drop, or if not this game drop, then probably within the next couple of years, I feel like they're going to add in a combat update because they've been making changes to combat on Bedrock Edition. Because recently they added in the crit sound on Bed. Because I think last week or this week they added in the crit sound on Bedrock. So why would they add that in if they aren't going to change combat on Bedrock? So
What sound did they add in? I'm sorry.
the sound that Java Vision players make once they hit a crit, their critical hit. They had
Oh, really?
that has a sound on Java, and they brought that over to Bedrock for parity. And
Okay.
so why would they add that in if they aren't going to do a combat update in a future update within the coming up years? So I think because of that, and because of other things I'm forgetting about, but I think we might get a combat update pretty soon within the next couple years, I believe, because of that critical hit sound, and because then combat's been changed on Bedrock as well, especially with the spear and how it
Mm-hmm.
works and the cooldown and how it uses the Ender Pearl cooldown. I think because of that, we might get a new combat pretty soon because I don't think because I like how it is on Java a lot better than on Bedrock because I hate how it makes all the other spears go into cooldown. But
Oh, I see.
but yeah.
Do you think maybe though the spear being developed is an indicator that they aren't going to be adding dual wielding,
Yeah,
or
I feel like it, yeah, because
you
really,
think they will add dual wielding?
I believe so, yeah, because why else would they be making changes to the player and making changes to how mobs hold weapons and on their offhand and all of that too? Like, why would they be making all these changes if they're not going to add it in the future? So I do believe in the future there will be a option for dual wielding because they figured out how to do bundles and that took years.
Mm-hmm.
But I think that we're in the same situation as we are with bundles. Is that touchscreen is what's limiting us in all of that. I think touchscreen and maybe controllers as well are what are holding us back from full dual wielding because they don't know how to implement it and how you should use both hands on a touchscreen and also on a controller. So I think that's what they're trying to figure out currently. So that's holding us back.
I agree with that. And I remember talking with Michael TBH a few times on the show, and that's what I've always brought up is that it's actually the hardware limitations that are preventing this from happening. Like the touchscreen's just really hard to get dual wielding on.
Yeah, I agree with that too. Yeah.
Well, that's just an opinion. Maybe it's easier than I think. I don't know. I'm
I
not a
don't know
technician.
either.
So
Me either. I don't know either, but that's just my guess too. It's what's holding us back at this point.
yeah. Well, my next question is what you mentioned you love Skyblock and Mod Rent, but are there any other specific mods, maps, or servers you enjoy playing on?
I love playing on like the Hive. The Hive is really cool. Like I also love playing on this server on Java Edition called MCC Island. Is really fun. It's a really fun game.
Hmm.
Is created by Nox Crew, and it basically is themed after the really popular event called MCC, aka Minecraft Championship, and
Okay.
it's where there's 40 players, and those 40 players are split into like I believe 10 different teams and teams of four. And so each team has four teams, and there's 10 of them. So in total, that's 40 players, and they team up against each other, and they win a real life token that gets 3D printed and 3D made by Nox Crew themselves. They're the
That's
ones.
cool.
They're the ones that host the event. But a YouTuber by the name of Scott Smager, or dang, that's a long name. He is the one that basically picks out the people and puts them into teams. He's the one that organizes the event and the one that makes all the teams and plans it out and puts everyone
That's really
together.
cool.
So a YouTuber puts it all together, whereas Nox Crew is the one that mainly hosts it and mainly runs it.
That's pretty neat.
Yeah, it's
I really like that they actually do use a 3D printer to print out something like that.
yeah, and they teamed up just for the 15th anniversary. They teamed up with Mojang, and they actually made a 3D real life Ender Cup to celebrate Minecraft's 15th anniversary. They made a whole event dedicated to the end and all of that, and it was a really cool event hosted by Nox Crew, MCC, and also teamed up with Mojang officially
That's really neat.
for the event. It also if you heard of Twitch Rivals, they're also a part of Twitch Rivals. There's a spot on Twitch Rivals just for MCC as well, where people can attend in person and watch them actually compete with each other in person.
Wow. Okay. You hear that, folks? Go check that out if you're interested in that sort of thing. That's really neat to know.
Yeah,
Now, I got more questions here. This one's a simple one. But what do you have a favorite mob in Minecraft?
my favorite mob probably has to be the recently introduced copper golem. It's just so cute.
Oh, okay.
It's just super cute in my opinion. It's just super unique as well. It's such a unique mob on how it's like the first ever mob to open up a inventory, a user interface. It's the first ever mob to be able to do that and sort out items. It's like the first ever mob to do that. It's just so unique to me and it's so cute to me, especially in part one where I mentioned actions and stuff.
Hmm.
They updated the copper golem to do really cool fresh animations and really cool animations, and there's a pretend a make believe lightning strike that hits it, and it's really cool what it does when it gets hit by lightning since it is made out of copper and the top of it is a lightning rod.
Yeah,
So yeah, and
that's
it's
really
just
cool.
really cool. That's my favorite mob right now.
I I love those little guys too, and you're right, they are cute. How many of them do you have in your world?
I have to say I have like quite a few amount because I did a live stream where I tried to spawn in as much as I could because I was trying to basically try to help out with the quest that Mojang had for the Copper Age.
Oh yeah,
I was trying to help out and I made a live stream where I tried to place as many as I could in my survival world on Bedrock
that's
and
awesome.
and this was in my forever world on Bedrock because this is where I'm using realism craft, a marketplace content that's a dynamic world and that basically is a cool dynamic world. So that a dynamic world to me is just procedurally generated. It's always different when you generate a new world and it's really cool. And on that world, I just was spawning in a lot of copper golems. So I think I have like 10 or so or 20. I can't remember because it's
Nice.
been a while.
No, that's pretty cool. And are they functioning properly?
Yeah, they are. They haven't aged at all since they take forever to age. But I just have them roaming around freely because I just think the opening each one of them opening a copper chest is just so annoying of a sound. Just a kind of annoying sound when they have when you do have a lot of them. So I just have them roaming free for the time being. I haven't built a house on that world yet, but I'm planning to. But yeah, I just have them roaming free right now.
That's pretty cool. Are you
Yeah.
going to do anything with them? Like create like a huge storage system or
Yeah, I might create a storage system. I might just create them at their own place where they can store my own. I might create a storage place where I can just put a item into a copper chest and they can just sort out the items for me from there.
nice. That's what
Yeah.
I'm trying to do in my world. I have a few of them. I'm still trying to figure out how they work.
Yeah, they are
Because
complicated. Yeah.
they are a little bit complicated because I accidentally gave one of my copper golems, or I put in his copper chest, an item that isn't in any of my other chests, and now it's just holding it there, and he
You
doesn't know where to put it.
if you have a open hand, you can just simply right click, I believe, to take the item out of his hand.
Oh, you have to have an open hand. Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you
Welcome.
for
Yeah.
that's going to help me out a lot. I'm gonna have to jump back in my world and yank some lanterns out of that guy's hand.
If he's ever holding any items, you can just simply with open hand just right click and or whatever it is on a controller and that you use to interact with stuff. It's just an interact button, and it's just that and with open hand, and you can just take any item he has in his hand currently just out, and it takes it out
Cool.
completely.
Okay. That's a lifesaver. Thank you for
Welcome
that.
anytime. Yeah, that's what happens when you cover Minecraft updates for about a year now.
Yeah, no kidding. I feel like I start to forget information I covered from like
Fair
what
enough.
this show's going on for how long now? Almost 2 years. My gosh, I'm
Time
starting to
flies
forget.
by so fast. Gosh, where's
It
time gone?
does. Oh my gosh, it does. So I have a counter question. So you told me your favorite mob is the copper golem. What would be your least favorite mob in the game?
My least favorite probably has to be everyone's least favorite. Probably has to be the Phantom because of how annoying it is. But I learned how you just need to just click on a bed and that just resets the counter on it. And you don't need to sleep on. You don't I don't believe you have to sleep the all the way through for it to cancel out the phantoms. You just have to like just click on the bed or at least sleep for a couple of seconds, and then it will delay the phantoms and it will just reset that counter. So that's my most
But
unliked mod I hate so very much for obvious reasons, like the community.
I think many people do, and I was shocked when Michael TVH said that he voted for the Phantom.
I believe I voted for the underwater mob or the other one because I thought they were more fascinating than the phantom.
I did too. When I was looking back at him, I think I did I think I reported on all the mobs winners, and yeah, I was like, Michael, why'd you vote for the Phantom?
Yeah, I hate I respectfully hate people that voted for the phantom because now it's one of the most annoying mobs in the game, and the only way to get rid of it is by sleeping through the night and having it burn during the day. And it has almost killed me. I think it's killed me a couple of times, or it has almost killed me on my Skyblock world because I just haven't gone to bed on that world yet, or I have one now, but I haven't at the time had a bed, and it almost killed me because I wasn't ready for them yet, and they're just so annoying to take care of and kill. So
They are.
yeah,
And that would be dangerous up on the sky.
yeah.
So, let me ask you this: what's your favorite biome?
My favorite biome probably has to be the cherry grove biome. It's just so beautiful, and it's a unique biome. I really love the cherry groves. It's unique. I
Nice.
wasn't expecting them to add that into the game. It caught me off guard, and I wasn't expecting it at all. But I love it. It's unique. I love the pink wood. The pink wood is so useful in building, in my opinion. You can make so much incredible builds with it, and like yeah, just it's just so beautiful, especially with vibrant visuals. It makes it even more beautifuler. Especially now, since you can now change the color of the sky pretty easily now. So,
Nice.
so now I can see creators or modders on Bedrock changing the color of the sky in the overworld for certain biomes. Since it is now a lot easier with vibrant visuals, now it's a lot easier to change the color depending on what biome you are in the sky in.
No, I like that too. I think that's pretty cool. And that's a good biome to pick. That was a good one, and that was a shock to me too. They added a lot in that or in that update.
Yeah, they did. Yeah.
That was tricky trials.
No, I don't think they did
Wait,
that.
no, it wasn't.
No, it was the one before that. It was the one
Yeah,
before
you're right.
that.
You're right. Dang. Yeah. I can't remember what that was called now all of a
Me
sudden.
either. It's been so long. It feels like.
It does. That was right before I started this podcast. That's why I can't remember, I guess.
Yeah,
So what's your least favorite biome?
my least favorite probably has to be probably the has to be one of the nether biomes because of the one has to be one of the nether biomes. And it has to be probably the basalt deltas because of how complicated and how tricky it is to explore and just tur- just how you explore it and move around in it is just so hard because of how much lava and how uneven terrain it is and all of
Hmm.
that. I think my least favorite biome has to be the basalt deltas in the nether.
That's a great that's a great answer. I agree. That's a tricky one to navigate.
Yeah,
Especially when you have gas flying in the air.
true. Yeah.
Yeah, it's easy to get killed. So what about your favorite drop?
My favorite drop probably has probably has so far with the recent drops probably has to be the Copper Age or even this Mounts of Mayhem drop we're currently in because I love all the copper blocks, but I'm kind of sad they didn't add in green fire because basically I was hoping they were going to add in green fire where if you light basically a block of copper on fire, it would turn green. I was hoping they
That'd be
would.
cool.
I would also was hoping they would add in copper campfire as well, since we have green fire as the lantern and torch. I was hoping they would add in a campfire as well. But
Hmm.
I love all the blocks in the Copper Age. I think it's really cool. I love the in the, it also and also because of the Copper Golem, but also Mouse of Mayhem because I love the spear and I love the Nautilus. I love how you can now finally build underwater without worrying about drowning all that easily.
Yes.
So I love how we can finally build into beautiful oceans after update aquatic. So I love how
I
we can now build in those beautiful oceans.
I hope they fill those oceans up a little bit more
Me too.
now that we
Me too. I would love maybe more different colors of coral blocks would be
yeah,
cool,
the coral is very neat.
or even add in pearl blocks
Pearl
somehow.
would be amazing.
That's what I would like. I mean, oysters as well, just under on gravel or something. That'd be cool as well.
That would be pretty interesting. That would be
Yeah.
pretty neat. I never thought about that. So you're excited for the Mounts of Mayhem?
Yeah, I am. I love how the direction is going in. I know how short of development this has, and that was makes it interesting. It makes it interesting by how much time we have to test this out and how much time Mojang has to release everything. I just think that makes it even more interesting to see what they do with the amount of time they have.
No, that's no, you're right. I think so too. I think they're delivering us a lot of stuff. I heard some people complain about the Copper Age and about it not being much, and I was like, they added an entire new tier of everything, a whole new, like tools, weapons,
Yeah,
armor.
it was a pretty huge, I think, drop in my opinion. A lot huger than I think any other drop we got in this year. I think the corporation is the biggest one we've got this year so far to date.
By far, I think so too.
I
I'm
think
excited. I love the copper. I
I
love copper.
I think Massive Mayhem might actually outtake it though with introducing new tier of armor for the Nautiluses, and also because of the spear. And they said they have more plans and more new features to add in into the drop. So
Yeah, I'll be excited to see what these snapshots. I know that this episode's coming out in like December 11th, so this the Mounts of Mayhem might be, or you might be playing it, folks.
yeah, I think we might get. I think by the time this episode releases, I think we'll be when the drop releases. Because my prediction, like everyone else's, is it's going to release the first 2 weeks of December.
Hey,
The
that's
first,
awesome then.
the first 2 weeks because I think after that after the first 2 weeks they then go on their holiday break for about 2 or 3 months.
I think they
So
2 or 3 weeks, right?
it's usually 2 or 3. They usually come back in around January or February usually.
Okay, so I think yeah, so yeah, I remember last year. I think they came back around January, and that's when they start teasing us with the Spring to Life like teasers
Yeah,
and
I remember
whatnot,
when we got the big,
leaks.
when we first got the big, when we used to get the big huge updates. I believe I remember them coming back and releasing something in February, so that has
Yeah,
happened
you're right.
before.
You're right.
So they could come back in February or March, in some
We'll find
cases.
out.
Yeah, so that's what I'm guessing is I'm guessing the first 2 weeks Mouse of Mayhem releases.
That's uh Neon Gamers prediction, folks. First 2 weeks of December. And I agree. I agree with that prediction because last year we got the Pale Garden released on the 3rd, or wait, no, 5th, right?
Yeah, third or fifth. Yeah,
It was around that time, but yeah, it
yeah.
was I think it was the 3rd actually. But so I'm guessing it'll be the first 2 weeks as well.
So I guess we'll see if we are correct or not.
Yeah, I hope we are.
I hope we are too. Yeah,
So,
that would just be funny and hilarious and kind of
yeah, and then
cool.
your episodes are releasing right around that time, so that's cool.
Yeah, it is. Yeah.
So now that we talked a little bit of Minecraft, I'd like to jump back into your channel and ask you a few questions there so the audience gets to know more about that.
Okay.
So, um, how is it that you keep your channel relevant with fresh content, and how do you keep it engaging for your audience?
What I just do is I just give them my raw reaction and my honest thoughts, and I just honestly show them everything that's new in the week and all of that because I record every week. If it's of course if the snapshot is in snapshot or preview is of course interesting and is worth covering. If it's like just bug fixes or something not that interesting, then of course I won't do a video about it. But if it's like new features, then I actually play with them. I actually show them my first reaction to these new features, and I just give them my reaction, my thoughts, and what I would like to change and what I would like to see added with these features. So how I keep it unique is and entertaining is by my reaction and just how I play Minecraft and just how I react to everything. I believe is what makes it so entertaining.
No, that's a great answer, and that's a way to go about it right there. Yeah. No, it can be hard for a content creator though to just always maintaining that fresh content though,
Yeah, it
you know.
is. Yeah,
Especially with Minecraft because they're always releasing something or teasing something. There's always
every
something to
week. Yeah,
report on.
yeah. There is
Yeah,
every
every
single.
week.
Yeah, every week, yeah, because they're so active. Because they have like two different teams on both Java and Bedrock. I believe they have two different teams on both versions that are working on something all the time. But of course, they're of course I believe under NDAs, so they can't really tell us anything until they're allowed to. But yeah,
Yeah, I don't they're not supposed to anyways.
yeah, they aren't until they're I guess until they're approved by higher ups at Mojang or Microsoft. Yeah,
Which makes sense.
yeah, it does. Yeah, they want
So
to
does your
they want to build up hype, which I understand.
they want what?
They want to build up hype, I believe, too, for new
Yeah,
features.
they do a great job doing that.
Yeah, they do. Yeah,
They know how to get the community really stirred.
definitely for the best and also for the worst sometimes too.
Yes, sometimes for the worse. I see sometimes I think I'm like, man, you guys all need to just kind of calm down a little bit.
Yeah, I agree with that too. Yeah, they just need to calm down and let Mojang do their thing because what they have planned is always good and always is surprising and it always catches the community off guard of what they have planned to add into the game. Like, no one was like besides the leaks we got before Minecraft Live, we weren't expecting Nautiluses in the game before the leaks. Like that caught the community off guard, for
Yeah.
example. Besides the leaks, so if you didn't see the leaks, then most people were surprised and happy about the Nautilus and how it was implemented and all of that, and also the spear. So that Mojang knows what they're doing. They know how to get the community riled up and all of that.
I'm sorry about that. My computer just started going off.
That's okay.
My apologies, audience. No, continue. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to interrupt like that.
That's okay. So like the Mojang is good at what they do because they know how to get the community riled up and they know how to like get the community hyped for updates. They know what the community wants and they know what to add at the time to be relevant enough to make the community hyped and excited for the next upcoming update and additions to the game. They know what the community wants and they know how to what they add in to make the game relevant still.
No, you're absolutely right. And I think that is like a big, they must have a great marketing department.
Yeah, they have must have. Yeah, one of the best.
I just can imagine, especially with the amount of money from being backed by Microsoft, they must have a stellar one because you can just tell they know how to push our buttons and get us to
Yeah.
react.
Plus the marketplace. They also have the Bedrock marketplace, which probably brings them a lot of money as well for the Bedrock marketplace.
Yeah, I've been meaning to research just how much that potentially brings in. I've been curious to look that up.
I think it's
I
like
will
in
one
I
day.
believe it's in the thousands or even millions, maybe, because there are some expensive packs on the marketplace. I wouldn't be surprised. And I believe Microsoft takes a large, huge cut from the
Well, they do own
revenue.
it.
Yeah, true, yeah.
I, I wouldn't be shocked if it's in the billions.
Me either. Yeah, I would be shocked as well.
But yeah, let's move on to the next question here.
Okay.
Okay, so what is the best part about interacting with the Minecraft community on your end, Neon Gaming?
The best parts is like seeing what they can create and also just seeing their opinions on what they think should be added or changed in the game. I just love seeing what they can build. Like I said in part one, just seeing how they what they can build and also just come up with in Minecraft is super impressive. Like I said in part one, and I also just love seeing just how they interact with the snapshot every single week because every single week is always unique with the community. So yeah.
No, I agree. Um, yeah, it really is. There's always something new to talk about there, isn't there?
Yeah, there is with the community. Yeah, they're so clever, so unique. It's one of the best communities ever, in my opinion.
Who are some of your favorite people you like to talk Minecraft with online?
It probably has to be Michael at TBH or my friend Agent. Just people I just people I know from Twitter and all of that or X. I just love talking to people there. Yeah, I just like seeing what they can create and build, and I just really love even Jack. I love talking to them because Michael and Jack, they have such incredible and massive builds on their forever worlds. They've been doing it for years now. So yeah,
No, I agree. Yeah, what's one of your favorite worlds you've been in?
it probably has to be. It's hard to choose. They're all good, but it has to be Dallas's work. If it's a friend, then it has to be Jack's. Has to be Michael's world because on bet it's even more impressive since it is on mostly on Bedrock Edition, I believe, and it's even more impressive because it's on Bedrock, and all of that. And I just think his builds on Bedrock are just really cool, in my opinion.
Yeah, they are really neat. From what I've seen, the pictures and whatnot, just super well done.
I have also been someone active on his live streams too, on Michael's live stream
Oh, that's neat.
on
You been
on Twitch.
okay, really cool. You just been like in his world with him or just
No,
watching him?
just watching them on stream and just commenting and just texting through live chat and all of that.
That's really neat. I
Yeah, yeah, it is.
bet that's really fun, huh?
Yeah, it is because he actually replies to my answers and just think there's only me and this one other person that's pretty active on his live streams.
Okay, gotcha. Now, what's a typical day look like when you're working on new content? You're just touring worlds, or what makes you? Who do you decide to? What world to tour?
I just what it makes me decide is what looks the most incredible and what the community would like the most on my channel, what the people would like to see the most, and what looks the most impressive and all of that, and what I think is most impressive too. Basically, a day of life with me it looks like is I just open Minecraft and I just open Twitter and I just go into the changelog through Twitter and I look at what is new and all that and I just launch Minecraft. If it's a Bedrock preview, then I just launch Bedrock, go into a world, show them everything that's new, and then I just stop recording and then I just if I need to if I need to add in like images, then I will of course go to CapCut and I will add in images through there and edit it through there, and I will then upload it. Then I'll download it and export it and download it through CapCut, and then I'll upload it through YouTube and just think of a unique think of a unique title and description, hashtags that are if necessary. I think they're always necessary because I think hashtags just help the video out in the algorithm, and basically just publish it and just let YouTube do the rest. That's what day of life of me looks like. Is I just come home and I just sit down, look at what the changelog, read it, and see if there's anything interesting. If there is, then make a video. So and I just open Minecraft and all of that. So yeah,
Nice. And where do you find your change logs at? Where do you go for those?
I go to those through Twitter or X. I just because Mojang posts them on Twitter or X. Slice Line posts them. The Java Edition ones he posts them through Twitter or X, and then J Wells Mega Spud I believe is the one that posts the Bedrock previews or changelogs. If he doesn't do it for some reason, then it's mostly Echo Soldier is who I mostly look for the changelogs because he's pretty reliable to for posting the change logs on Twitter, and that's where I get the change logs from is from Twitter, from developers or from YouTubers on Twitter.
So, outside of Minecraft, what do you enjoy doing that sparks your creativity
Besides
to?
besides Minecraft, it has to be Five Nights at Freddy's. Like I mentioned in part one, it's Five Nights at Freddy's because they just released this past summer Secret of the Mimic, and that's like the most basically biggest FNAF game right now that has changed the lore dramatically and massively because we thought one person created the robots, whereas that wasn't true. It was the other person that was constructed and all of that, and it was manipulation and all of that. But just just Secret of the Mimic was such an interesting game, and I just love Five Nights at Freddy's a lot because the lore can change pretty fast, pretty massively, and it's always pretty impressive what Scott Cawthon, the creator of the franchise, has in store for the community and the people he works with. It's just incredible. And on December 5th, there's going to be a second FNAF movie coming out on December 5th. That's basically be themed around FNAF 2 or Five Nights at Freddy's 2, the second game. So in the franchise, but yeah, like
Oh wow,
FNAF is such a huge franchise now because of Steel Wool working on it, making their own FNAF games with collaboration with Scott Cawthon, and also two FNAF movies now being made. And they're already planning out a third one too.
that's really interesting. I'm wondering now. Just shifting gears. Now that we know your favorite games, and you did mention that in part one as well, Five Nights at Freddy's. I was wondering though, went back to Minecraft, just what what feature, if you could add any, would you add to Minecraft?
A feature probably has a feature. I'd have to say one of the mob losers because I voted for the Moo Bloom and I love the Moo Bloom so much and I love how people are adding it in on Java as a mod on how the Moo Bloom has different variations like how different Minecraft flowers and on top, like there's a cow and just a flower on top. And there's like how the community added that in as a mod and how there's different variations of the Moo Bloom. And I would have to add in the Moo Bloom because I love it so very much. It's such a unique mob, and I love how it was interactive with the bee, and I love how it would add in a brand new flower called the Buttercup, and the possibility of it coming in different flower colors as well. So
That would be
yeah,
really cool. And I
yeah.
agree. I would love to see the Moot Bloom, honestly.
Me too.
Cool, Tara.
I voted for it. I voted for it, I believe. So yeah.
Have any future predictions of things to come in Minecraft? I know we kind of you talked about the end, but do you have anything like for the like for Mounts and Mayhem? Do you think they're going to add anything new things in?
I believe so, because they did say that they're planning to add in even more features into this. We haven't seen everything in this drop, I believe, from what they said. There's still more to come into this drop. So I think 100% there's going to be more features. Hopefully, we'll see new features, hopefully within the next 2 weeks. If not next week, then hopefully 100% the following week. So maybe the start of November will start us off with new features, with one or two new features. Because, in my opinion, the Spear and the Nautilus is already all finished and finalized, and they're already just fixing bugs for them and tweaking them. So I think, and they're both in a great state, in my opinion, and I think it's about time. I think November will start us off with one or two new features that they have been teasing about.
That would be neat. Maybe some netherite horse armor.
Yeah, that I heard Jack or someone talk about that. Yeah, or Next talk about that. Yeah,
Yeah,
about
next build
Netherite,
it.
about Netherite horse armor. I heard them talk about that too, and I hope and I do think they will add it eventually. I think they will. I don't know for sure, but I think it would make the logical sense to do.
Yeah, I think it'd make very much logical sense in my opinion.
I'm hearing we might get another mount as well in this drop.
Ooh,
And
what, what do you think?
people are saying like a husk riding a camel, but the camel is like husk and the husk is themed around the so the so the camel's themed around the husk mob, and I heard the husk is gonna be riding a camel in the desert, but that's a fan made suggestion and theory, but
That makes sense though.
yeah, it does. Yeah, for the husk to ride the camel in the desert. And is
That's pretty neat.
and this would be like a undead camel,
Oh wow.
just like the undead Nautilus.
That would be really cool to see.
Yeah.
They should do that.
Yeah, they should. I agree. Yeah.
I like that I like that thought. What are your future plans or goals for Neon Gaming Adventures?
My future plan is just basically continue basically talking about Minecraft and just continue talking about the latest Minecraft updates. 'Cause there's always something interesting to talk about with the Minecraft space. There's always something going on with the community that's worth talking about. So the future is just more Minecraft, more talking about what Mojang's up to, and basically talk about vibrant visuals on Java because that is very popular right now, and they just released a article about vibrant visuals on Java. So yeah, and just talk about that. Maybe branch out to other games, and me branching out to other Five Nights at Freddy's games, and maybe other games I like Balloons Tower Defense, or just other games I find interesting.
I like that. That's really cool. It sounds like you have some great plans and goals for your channel.
Yeah, I do for the future. Yeah.
How long do you plan on keeping this going?
As long as I can, as long as I'm able to, and my main goal is to get a diamond or even just to get the first play button. Like my main goal and my main objective on my channel is to get the play button because I want to get at least the silver or even the gold play button because I think it'd be super cool to have my channel name on a official YouTube play button from Society Awards.
That would be amazing. How many do you need to earn that? I mean,
You need one for the silver. For the first one, you need 100,000 subscribers,
nice.
after that is a million. Then I think 10 million. Then 100
Woo.
million. So yeah,
That's yeah, I love it. Let's get you up to that number. Let's get you up to a silver first.
yeah. That's my main goal. My first goal is to silver first, and then we'll go from there.
That's awesome. Everybody out there listening, go subscribe to Neon Gaming Adventures right now and let's help him get to that. I think that'd be so cool. So, do you have any exciting future projects or series in the works?
Right now, I'm planning to start a survival let's play on RL Craft because recently RL Craft came to the Bedrock marketplace. So I'm planning to maybe do a series about that because that's really popular, and I really have been so excited to see that release because RL Craft is so really popular on Java, and they finally collaborate with the original creator on Java, and they collaborate with the developer that created it on Java, and they brought it over to Bedrock through the marketplace. And I'm planning to make a series about that because in the future, because it looks so very interesting, it's so very different than the Java version, but it's also hard. I've seen videos about it, and it seems very interesting in my opinion. I'm so very interested to check it out and actually make a series on it because, in my opinion, it's just so very interesting and has very interesting goals and all of that. And maybe I'll maybe do another series on Better on Bedrock too by Poggy is Lit because that's another one that I love that I might have to do another series on or do a series on. So yeah.
That's really cool. No, that's really
Mhm.
neat.
Yeah.
And aren't you recording this as well, like
Yeah.
us?
Yeah, I am. Yeah, right now I'm currently recording this episode right now. Yeah, and I'm planning to maybe start up my own podcast about Minecraft and about just technology and just about Minecraft, or branch out to technology and just what I find really passionate about, because Minecraft's not my only passion. I love technology. I love how I looked at the technology space, and I wanted to branch out to that, and I wanted to branch out to other video games. So maybe start my own podcast around that. So yeah,
That's all. I think that's amazing. You should, when you get your podcast going, you maybe next time you come back on the show, you can talk about that.
yeah.
So, where do you see your channel in the next few years?
In the next few years, maybe next year, I see me maybe with how my channel's growing, maybe 1,000 subscribers by maybe next year, maybe May next year. I'll be at 1,000, maybe hopefully. with
Heck
how
yeah.
with how my channel is growing recently, I'm probably expecting to get probably to 1,000 subscribers probably by January, maybe. But my all-time goal is to get to 1,000 by December, if possible. That's my all-time goal, is to get to 1,000 by the end of the year.
That's an amazing goal to have.
That's my all-time goal right now. My first goal is to get to 1,000 before the end of the year. So yeah.
I think that's a great goal, and I think that's totally feasible.
Yeah, I think so
Now,
too. Yeah.
I have a couple questions I want to ask before we close this episode or wrap it up. For those out there starting brand new to Minecraft content creating, what advice would you give them that's aspiring?
I would just say, just be yourself. Just be yourself. Be unique. Just show who you truly are, and just give your own opinions. Give your own feedback, and just do what you love doing. Just upload what you love seeing on YouTube, and just getting your personality out there, and just who you are as a person out there. Just do that, and just show who you truly are, and what you're really passionate about, and what you really love, and just do that. And that's all. That's what I have to say, is just that's inspiring, is just do what you truly love doing, and just record that, and just because that could just be memories laying as well in the far future. But yeah, that's what I have to say, is just be yourself. Be yourself, and just record what you love seeing on YouTube and what you would like to watch.
I think that's great advice. Be yourself and make what you're passionate about. I like
Yeah.
that because Minecraft is all about being yourself when you really boil it down.
Yeah, it's all about being yourself and being creative, and the only limitation is your imagination and your brain, to a point.
Exactly.
And
Yeah, exactly.
that's what makes Minecraft the most popular game out there. And that's what makes it the best selling, is how free it is and how inspiring it is for people.
It is an inspiring and just like overall great game.
Yeah, that's why I think it's number one. The best selling is because of how free it is, and how inspiring it is for people, and how it can help people in really dangerous and really bad times.
I absolutely agree with you, bud. Now, where can people find and follow your content online again?
They can find me on YouTube, just Neon Gaming Adventures, and if you go to my channel's about page, then you can just find my link tree. So, and I also have my link tree on my Twitter as well, as my Twitter's game linkers. I have my link tree on my about page on both Twitter and YouTube, so they can find me there on both of those platforms, because Twitter and YouTube are where I'm most active on. But my link tree is where you can find all my social media pages. This is my link tree.
Go check that out. And those will all be in the show description for you to check out and easy access. Any final thoughts or shout outs you'd like to share before we wrap up
I just have to
Neon
sh-
Gaming?
I just have to shout out Realm News for being the host of the podcast, because and for inviting me, because he's so inspiring to me, and he's such a nice person. I recommend you guys continue supporting him and just giving him all the support he needs. And I also have to shout out my friends, Nags, Jack, Michael, and all of that, because they are such amazing people to be with. They're so inspiring as well. and I just have to do that. And I also have to shout out to whole Hermitcraft community and the whole Hermitcraft gang because they mean the world to me. My favorite members are Scar, Gem, Green, Impulse, Pearl, and Exuma. They all make it incredible, inspiring videos, and they're the reason why I make videos today is because they inspired me because they're unique and they tell their own unique story and all of that.
That is that is just lovely what you said, and thank you for that. And
You're welcome.
and we love having you as part of the Minecraft community and making the great content that you're making and doing the journalistic Minecraft work that you're doing. And I thank you for coming on to the show and shedding your insights and providing all your knowledge that you have retained over the years and cultivated. And yeah, I just welcome to the Realm News family officially too.
Thank
Finally coming onto the show.
Thank you. Yeah, it means the world to me. I've always been wanting to come onto a podcast, and I've been wanting to do this for a while. So I'm sorry for bragging to you about this a lot. It's just something that it's just something.
You weren't bugging me.
It's just something I've been so passionate about, and just something I've been so looking forward to. So I'm sorry about that, but
No, no
that's
need to be sorry. I can't wait to get you back on the show
me
again. We'll
too.
have to.
Me too. I can't wait to come back on, and I can't wait to make memories with this, and I can't wait to make memories on this podcast and make some fun times and maybe some funny moments as well. Who knows?
Yeah. No, I look forward to having you back on the show, and I look forward to seeing your new videos that you produce on YouTube. And everybody, go check out his links that I'm providing in the show description and support them, help them get to 1,000 followers. Let's get them there,
A
and so
thousand
they.
subscribers, yeah, 1,000 subscribers, and maybe in the far future, 100,000. Let's go.
Yeah, let's do it, folks. Let's get them there. That'd be amazing. With that said, Neon Gaming, thank you so much for coming on to the show again, or
you're
not again, but for the part two. I
you're
appreciate
you're
your
welcome
insights.
anytime. I always love coming on to this, and I love this podcast so much. Anything I can do to help out, and anything I can do for the community, I love helping out. I love supporting everyone, and it's just what I believe I was born to do. I believe I was born to basically help out and support everyone on the planet, especially what's going on with the planet and all of that. And so I think the world just needs more kindness, more support, and just needs more extra help. So anything I can do to
Be-
help out and spread kindness around the planet.
Beautifully said, my friend. And with that said, folks, I wish you all a great rest of your day, week, whatever you're doing. I wish you happy crafting. Until next time, the Dark Lord signing out.